welcome to a weekend vlog. Trying something a little different just because I have been doing kind of like mini vlogs for more niche, I guess, like subjects like camping and like thrifting or vintage shopping, whatever it is. And I kind of like doing something a little shorter. Not that I do every week weekly vlogs, but when I do, it usually includes the weekend, and at that point I feel like it's kind of an afterthought, or I'm like rushing to like finish out the vlog. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like separating out weekends from time to time kind of gives a little more intention, purpose to the vlog, and also helps me like refocus the plot. So we're giving it a try. So let me know what you think, and if you want me to keep the weekends part of like the weekly vlogs, or do more of these little mini vlogs. For this weekend, I don't necessarily have any goals other than I just kind of want to be cozy. I feel like I've been like go, go, go a lot lately, and it's gonna pretty much just be like that the rest of the summer. Next week I'm out of town and we have more travel in June, and then just, I don't know, I feel like the summer's just gonna pass us by. Bentley, you don't need to bark at everything. You don't need to bark at everything. Shh, shh. Enough. You're silly. One thing I would really like to do this weekend is just have some quiet, cozy reading time, not be bothered by anything. And I want to start on the second book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy, if you will, part of Robin Hobb's greater universe. I have obviously read, what's it called? I've read the Farseer trilogy, and then I read Ship of Magic, is that what it's called? Last year, the first Live Ship Traders. Anyway, I read that last year, and I've been meaning to pick up the second one in this trilogy for so long, but I just keep putting it off. But since I just finished Amina Al-Sarafi, I'm kind of in pirate mood. And yeah, I'm just like excited to jump back into that world. So yeah, if I can just have some uninterrupted time to just like get that going, it's probably gonna be slow in terms of like actually reading it. Like obviously I'm not gonna finish it in one weekend, but I think it'll kind of be like my on standby book like for the next month or two, as I'm reading other things for like book club or like my audiobooks, whatever. I just want to have that like readily available to just jump in whenever I want to. So that's one thing I would like to do this weekend. Other than that, I think we're just really chilling. It is Mother's Day weekend, so we'll obviously spend some time with Ian's family. In terms of audiobooks, I'm currently in the middle of Great Big Beautiful Life. Is that? I feel like that was way too many adjectives. But the new Emily Henry book that just came out. I'm like about a third of the way through. I like it so far. I'd heard some critiques that it's like more removed from like the romance genre, and leans more lit fic, which for me doesn't really bother me. I feel like her romance novels in general kind of lean that way, you know, more often than not. There's obviously romantic elements to them, and like, you know, here and there's some spicy scenes, nothing like crazy, but this one I can definitely see is like a little more lit fic. But again, it doesn't bother me. I like the story, I like the characters so far, and I like the plot, so I'm just enjoying it. And of course the audiobook is narrated by Julia Whelan, my favorite of all time. I love her, she's so talented. And yeah, so I'm enjoying it. So I think I will probably get some knitting done with that, maybe doing a little housework, cleaning, so I can make some progress with the audiobook. But a majority of the time I really would like to be physically reading The Mad Ship. But yeah, for today I am just finishing up my morning coffee, and I'm gonna go out and run a couple errands. I have an order to pick up from the maker of this mug right here. Oh my god, my coffee stain. I literally drink coffee out of this like every morning. But anyway, I have an order to pick up from her, and then probably gonna go do some grocery shopping. That way I can just be in the rest of the weekend and not have to do anything else. Ian's gonna make this rhubarb cake from Claire Saffetz's Dessert Person, her first one. So I need to go find some rhubarb. Yeah, probably just gonna work out when I get back, shower off, that way the rest of the afternoon I can just be curled up on the couch, reading my book. I might do some knitting so I can listen to my audiobook a little more. Let me show you where I'm at with this project. So you've probably seen me working on this for a while now. I haven't been knitting or crocheting as much at home lately, just because I've been quite busy, so I only really work on stuff at my knitting group. This always shows up like so pale and not saturated on camera. Excuse me. But in real life it is a bit more green, like I don't know how else to show that. But yeah, I'm getting pretty close to finishing with the body. I need probably maybe like double what this is ribbing to like, because this probably hits like my midriff, so I kind of want it to come down a little further if I'm wearing like lower rise pants. And yeah, my only thing is that this is the only yarn I have left, so I don't think I have enough to make it that long. And then also finishing out the sleeves. They're short sleeves, so it's not like it needs that much, but still, I definitely will not be able to make it with just this much yarn. So I'm probably gonna have to order one more skein. I'm trying to see what else I have on my to make list queued up, so that like if I need to order some more stuff with it to make it kind of worth it, I can just like go ahead and get that. And then in the meantime, I can work on my crochet project, or maybe start up one of my other knitting projects for the year. But yeah, I'm pleased with how it's turning out. I am scared it might be a little large, just because I feel like it's supposed to look a little more slim, and then it like obviously has a lot of stretch, but who knows. I can't really try it on that easily just because like this cord does not fit around my torso. So I like can't pull this over my body, but holding it up, I mean, it looks appropriately sized, but again, I just can't tell. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what I have going on. I will check back in with y'all later, and hopefully I'm making some reading progress. Hi, I'm back from running a few errands. I wanted to show you what I picked up. First of all, my grocery bag felt very springtime just because I did get the rhubarb for the cake. I love buying rhubarb. I mean, I like really only get to do it in the spring, but I don't know, it just feels so spring to me. And then I did get some, whoops. And then I did get some peonies for Ian's mom for Mother's Day. I tried to pick out some where they weren't quite blooming yet. This one's starting to pop, but I wanted to get the bulbs kind of still closed, so that way by Sunday they'll be ready to pop open. So I'm going to put these in some water just to store for now. The main thing I went out to get, besides groceries, was a little chawan, or however you pronounce it, from Utility Objects. I have a few pieces from her. You saw my daily coffee mug before, but I've been making a lot of matcha lately, and I didn't have like an official like matcha making bowl. It's called a chawan. Again, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, you can correct me. But I've just been doing it in like regular bowls, and then it's kind of like annoying because I don't have like a spout to like pour it from, and like the walls are not quite as high on some of my shallower bowls. But yeah, I love this speckled blue. It's so cute, and I just love all her stuff, so I will link her down below to shop her items. But yeah, I'm literally gonna make some matcha in this later. But yeah, now, like I said, I'm gonna work out, get showered, and then I'm literally just gonna try and be cozy the rest of the afternoon. Like, that's all I want. I wanna curl up on the couch, I want to read my book, and just be cozy. Hello, I am showered. I finished my workout. It's much later in the afternoon than I was hoping, but nevertheless, we're gonna still have some cozy time. I'm in my jammies, pretending like it's not 80 degrees outside, with my sweatshirt on. But I got sidetracked because my friends and I were doing some Taylor Swift song rankings by album. It's like one of those, like, you like decide between songs, so it like sorts it for you. So I got caught up doing that, and I'm gonna finish doing folklore right now, and maybe I'll show you my results based on that. But I'm gonna make a little matcha, just get some refreshment. Oh, I need to make my protein shake actually too. We have a bare minimum of 3 beverages at a time. I have my water bottle, I have my matcha, I have my protein shake. Maybe I'll throw in a sparkling water, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna pop down on the couch and just read for a little while after I do all that. I don't know what Ian's plan is, if he's gonna work out, or I really don't want to go for a walk because I'm like committed to the cozy life right now. But then, yeah, we'll see about doing dinner. I think I'm just gonna make like easy taco bowls or something. I don't know, just something simple, and just chill for the evening. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so I read the prologue, the first chapter. I'm in the second chapter. The prologue was just like the sea serpent little like intermissions they kind of do throughout the book, which in the first one, like, I feel like almost every time they inserted those, I was like, what's happening? But now I feel like it's starting to become a little more clear, or like, I feel like it's gonna kind of unfold into like the main plot. But anyway, read the first chapter. We were back with Paragon, who is one of my favorite characters. I love him so much, even though we like don't even get that much time with him in the first book. But I just love him. Bentley, stop moving. Anyway, but I do think I'm gonna pause right here and look up a quick summary of the last book, just because it has been several months since I finished it, and I'm feeling some details slipping from my memory as I get into the second chapter. So I'm just pausing for a minute and gonna do a little recap to refresh my memory. Hi. Okay, so we are having an overall impromptu night. So there goes my a cozy evening on the couch, but honestly, I'm okay with it. We went for a little walk, and then Ian suggested we go out to dinner as a belated celebration of our 1-year marriage anniversary, 6-year anniversary of being together. It coincides on the same day. Anyway, I have these like Resi gift cards I got from working an event, so it'll basically be like a free little date night, which is nice. And we were able to get a reservation at this restaurant we've been wanting to try. So yeah, it'll be a cute little impromptu date night. So I'm about to throw on some clothes. Probably not gonna do hair or makeup or anything because we're gonna sit out on the patio. It's hot and humid out. And yeah, just gonna have a cute little date night. So I will hopefully show y'all some yummy food and check back in with y'all maybe later tonight, probably tomorrow. Okay, so I just threw on this little linen blend dress I picked up the other day at TJ Maxx. Just easy to breathe in and simple and comfy. Doing my little Papa Red Baggu bow, Sandy Lane bag, all the adjectives. TBD on the shoes, I don't know. I felt like I should like do something fancy since it's like a date night thing, but I kind of just want to throw on Birks or like some fisherman sandals. I don't know. Oh wait, what if I do my Doc fisherman sandals, or is that too like aggressive? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna wear, and I'll see y'all later. Okay. What's the sauce like?
I don't know. It's like it's got some like sweet chili vibe, but digging into the sorbet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
Really good. You're gonna love it.
Rhubarb.
Breaking down.
Ian's making his rhubarb cake for Mother's Day and for fun. I am going to go listen to my audiobook and knit for a while. And then Bella's gonna come over later. Yeah?
That's right.
That's right. And later, I think I will make these rose walnut chocolate chip cookies, except I don't have the dried rose petals, but that's okay. They'll still be delicious, hopefully.
Yep. Very moist.
Yeah. Smells great.
I'm gonna leave it on there for now.
Yep. Okay, Ian's about to go work out. He's been playing games. I've been just knitting. And I got most of my mise en place done for my cookies. So I'm gonna head and mix up my dough and let it rest. And then probably go spot him while he's benching. And then come back in and bake them later. Bella's on her way. I don't know if I said that already. But yeah, I'm excited for my cookies, my juice. Okay, so also since it's been gloomy all day, I've just been working on my tea, but I am officially out of this yarn, so I have to stop here and order more. I think one more, shut up Bentley. I think one more skein should do it, because I just need to do like another, like half of this to like reach where my pants would be, but it's coming along. So I'll probably pick up something else to work on in the meantime. But yeah, it's almost cookie time now. Also, while I was knitting, I made it to the halfway point of Great Big Beautiful Life, and every time I say that, it sounds like the incorrect title, but I'm still liking it. I think that, again, the lit fic aspect of it doesn't bother me. I do feel like there's too many plots going on within one story, so that's a little disruptive. But yeah, but I still stand by that. Like, I like that they're not like having sex every single time they're focused on them, and I like the slow burn aspect of it all. But I do feel like the book writing portion of it should just be a separate story. Like, I almost feel like that's like a Taylor Jenkins Reid, is that her name? Yeah, novel that's like separate. So I don't know. I'm still enjoying it overall though. Yep. happy Mother's Day to any mothers or mother figures out there. I guess it'll be belated by the time this video goes out, but it is in fact Mother's Day Sunday as I record this. Last night Bella came over and we just like played games and karaoke and had white people taco night and just kind of hung out and chilled. Today we had a slow morning. Again, it's like quite gloomy and rainy here, so I feel like that just makes me sleepier in the mornings and I just don't want to move or get up. So we got out of bed quite late and had breakfast, brunch, whatever you want to call it, here at home. Just watched some Sunday morning cartoons and chilled. We just got back from going on a walk and now I think we are going to do some trip planning. I've mentioned in some previous vlogs that we are doing a belated honeymoon. We've been married for over a year now. We just celebrated our 1-year marriage anniversary, and the summer after we got married, we already had a big family trip planned to Peru, so we did that. So just to save on Ian's PTO, we decided to do a belated honeymoon, just the two of us, and we are going to Japan for 3 weeks in November. We've already started the planning process. We've booked a lot of things already, but we're just kind of getting into some of the details now. So if you have any recommendations, I welcome them. Any tips or suggestions on, you know, all things Japan, travel-wise, train-wise, you know, eating-wise, anything. We will be flying in and out of Tokyo. We'll have a few days there at the beginning and end of the trip. Then we'll be also flying up to Sapporo, renting a car, driving around in Hokkaido, and then making our way to visit my friend in Toyama, where she lives, and then obviously finishing out the big three with Kyoto, Osaka. We'll do day trips to Kobe and Himeji Castle, and then on the way back to Tokyo, we will be spending a couple nights in Hakone as well. So yeah, trying to do as much as we can in those 3 weeks. It definitely isn't enough time, but I feel like you could spend a lifetime there and not do everything. But we're being ambitious and trying to do as much as we can with the time that we have. But again, yeah, just send any recommendations our way. But yeah, the rest of the day, I think I'll probably try and do some more reading and just chill. And then we are going over for an early dinner with Ian's parents for Mother's Day. His dad's grilling out. We're bringing dessert, the rhubarb cake and the cookies that we made yesterday. And I'm making up a little salad. And yeah, just gonna chill, hang out with his family. And that's kind of it. I might start on a new knitting project, which I don't need to do, but I'm kind of in limbo now with waiting for more yarn for my t-shirt. I do have my crochet project, but I can't really show you because it's a gift for Bella, so I don't want to give away what it is, but I've been making pretty good progress with that. I really only work on it when I go to my knitting and crocheting open tables every week, so I work on it for like an hour every week and then switch to something I'm knitting. But yeah, no real reading updates right now. Yeah, probably gonna try and read some more of Mad Ship tonight. Hopefully I'll have a page count for you by tomorrow morning when I wrap up this vlog, but we shall see. I know that was kind of my goal, to be like cozy and just read all weekend, but you know what happens when I set a goal. But I still had fun this weekend and I don't regret anything, so no big deal. But anyway, I will catch y'all later. welcome to the end of the vlog. I didn't exactly do everything I set out to do, but that's how these always go. Basically, I was just hoping to have a cozy reading weekend, but then I just kind of ended up doing other things, which is fine. We did end up getting a few more pages in for Mad Ship, and I'm like immediately hooked. I knew I would be. I'm just excited to dive back into the story and catch up with like the whole cast. We've pretty much at this point seen a little bit from everyone. I'm in like the 4th chapter or something. We've seen everyone except for Althea and Brashen, and then we did get to see like the Rainwild traders, whatever you want to call them, like Rain and his mom, Johnny, but we haven't seen like Malta, Ronica, etc. So everyone else I think we've heard a little bit from, but I'm just like so invested and really excited to continue my journey with them. Other than that, we got a lot of knitting done. I had to, stop where I was, but I did order more of that yarn along with some other yarn for a different project. And then Ian and I did get a bunch of planning done for Japan, which is exciting. Unfortunately, we kind of had to rework our Hokkaido plans. We were originally going to do some hiking, and we still are, but just like more casual hikes. No like summiting mountains or anything like that. We were going to do Daisetsu-san, which is like one of the most well-known ones in Hokkaido, but just because we are going to be going in November, conditions are not going to be ideal. The trails may not even be open at that time due to ice, snow, what have you. So unfortunately, we kind of had to rethink our plan, but it ended up for the best. We're changing our course a little and are able to stay at this really nice ryokan on Lake Shikotsu, and getting to explore that area a little more. And I think we'll just be able to have a more leisurely, enjoyable time with that rather than trying to race to like summit the mountain and then do a lot more driving. It's just easier this way. And this is like a place that we know we want to go back to in the future, both just ourselves, with our kids, our family. So I think it'll work out better if we go, spring, summer, and actually get to do more hiking, because that was going to be one of our only big hikes, if that makes sense. So it kind of just like, I don't know, logistically is easier to have like a trip that's more dedicated to like hiking, and there's like a lot more nature, mountains, hikes in that area, but also like further east and north towards like Russia and stuff. And then you get into bear country, which is kind of scary. But yeah, definitely places I want to explore in the future. So I think having a trip that's more dedicated to that will make sense. And like I said, we can just take our time and be more relaxed, and just enjoy, But again, if you have any Japan recs, we're going to Tokyo, we're going to Sapporo, Hakodate, kind of all around Hokkaido, and then Kyoto, Osaka, of course. And we're skipping Nara, but we're doing day trips to Kobe and Himeji. And we're visiting my friend in Toyama, which is really exciting. Oh yeah, and then we're going to like Fuji area and staying in Hakone. So yeah, let me know any tips, tricks, recommendations for shopping, eating, anything. We do have our places to stay already, but other than that, yeah, we're kind of open to anything. We're not picky. We love doing anything basically, and want to get the best, most authentic experiences possible, which I know we're still going to be doing some touristy things, but it is what it is. Anyway, I had a really fun weekend, even though it wasn't as cozy and relaxing as I had initially planned, but still got a lot done, and just had fun. So thanks for following along. Let me know again if you like these shorter kind of weekend vlog formats or just shorter formats in general. It's easier for me, honestly. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.